Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
So, if you haven't been watching, we welcome you to continue to join us. We just
Yes.
have cozy conversations here. My name is Tyree Montgomery,
And I'm Shyann Montgomery.
and this is
In
In
the
the Bloom
bloom
of
of
It
it
All.
all. Yes, 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 yes,
Today,
yes.
we're just going to have a cool chat conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about our self care routines.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that we do and that you could do to just keep yourself in a good space, keep you motivated,
How do you
mind,
reset?
body, and soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you reset?
How do you reset?
All right. Let's get started.
So I know that there are all these fancy products people use, and there's so many things that people do that they go out and buy
Mm-hmm.
to help them maintain, you know, good hygiene, facial cleansing. Some people even use jets in their tub to relax.
Good old bath bomb.
Yeah, bath bombs and balls and fuzzy things that explode in the water. I don't know. It just seems like a lot. But, some of us just do the good old relax, just take a
Mm-hmm.
nap. Uh, so I guess I'll just kick off by sharing
Yeah. So what
just
do
a
you do after it's been a long week or a long day? It's been raining. You went into a puddle. You got all these things going on. What do you do to?
that sounds bad
I'm just saying when it's down and dirty.
because it's raining right now.
It's raining right now, so it's just like, what do you do to be like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of myself. What's those first couple steps?
Well, one thing I'm gonna start with my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I typically have this um, process of listening to something that's uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
I have what's called Get Your Mind Right arsenal of music, messages that I have saved where I just go and listen to. Maybe it may be a sermon, or it could be someone just having a motivational keynote at an event and I save it, or just some songs that I really like listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll listen to the music, and usually that helps if I don't listen. If the music
Yeah.
didn't kick off and make me feel like
She
back,
said, "Now,
let me go to a message. I need a keynote. Somebody need to speak life into me.
give me the word."
I need a word. So I now listen to the speech. If that don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, okay, this is tough. I'm going to a sermon. Let me find a sermon. I need to hear the Lord's message for me. And out of those three, there's usually one or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually pick them on random. It's not the same one, but I have a good probably 10 to 12 in that are saved. And it get my mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Something in those messages or a song or that keynote speech or whatnot, it'll get my mind back. I'm like, okay, I'm back in there. I'm back in the game. Let's go, let's go. And I feel motivated. Um, and then I have a couple things too that are like funny.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm laughing already.
She said, "I know the video is playing in the back of my head." She said, "It's literally hilarious. You see it? No, no, I don't."
You had to be there, girl.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
I'll
like,
be
"What you
like,
watching in there?" Because clearly she like rolling over.
to be honest with you, it's probably some corny memes about moms. Yeah, there's this one lady, I can't even remember her name, but she do a lot of like little skits on
Mm-hmm.
her YouTube. And she be saying stuff about what moms be going through. Specifically moms like me with kids, and you got all this stuff going on. And yeah, she was saying how, sneezing about took her out. She was showing how she was holding her hip.
Oh gosh.
She said she was holding her hip and her body in a certain angle because she could sneeze one wrong way and everything just snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh my goodness.
And then, yeah, it was funny. You got to be over 40 to understand, but yeah. I was like, yes, I get that. That happened to me.
Well, I mean, I'll say I be having hiccups and I feel like I'm getting resuscitated, but it's close enough. It'd be like, you can have a hiccup and be like, boom. mean, to each his own. I don't know.
Hiccups do be coming in
Hiccups
hard
hurt.
sometimes.
As a kid, you be like, hiccups, oh.
Yeah,
As
be
you
like,
get older, I'm like, no,
you
please.
be holding yourself like,
Your teachers do one. Oh, God.
oh my gosh.
Anyway. For videos, I mean, there
Yeah.
are a few, and I say I'm the same with like music. I have like a rain and blessed, kind of playlist, and then I have like It's Not Over, and then there's another one's like Focus, and it like Focus one is like it's a little bit chill, but it's also just like that a little hyphy, you just gotta get back up, and it's just like, okay, this is the kind of music I would listen to when I'm going for a run, and I'm like, and that's another thing. Sometimes I'll go for a run, and I'll just go for a jog. Usually, probably don't last more than 10 minutes. My stamina been a little low recently, but at the same time,
But you did it.
But I did it. I walked the rest of the way. It was still good, hour and a half, and I just be walking. And once I be having my headphones on and I go for a good walk, and if it's sunny, I'm dancing on the sidewalks. And people just like,
right,
yeah, and I'm just still moving down the street. And I'm like, and then I get back home and I'm like, okay, I need a snack. So that's the next level. It's like, now I need a little sweet treat. I need a little something, whether it's brownies, a little drink, or, a little slushy something. I'm like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm feeling a little low, let me get myself back up. Give myself a little sweet treat. Some cookies, I don't know, cake. Okay, now I'm just naming out foods. But, but usually it's a dessert. Usually it is some kind of a dessert, a little sweet treat. And then I'm like, okay, now I got my sweet treat. Next step, it's a show. I watch an old show. Like, usually it's like cartoons and things like that from like being a kid, or like old Disney movies. And I'm just like, it just reminds me of just a time where like, things are a little blissful. Things are cool. And then if it's still not working, then it's just like, okay, I need to just turn everything off. No social media, no of those things that I would say like those are helpful, but no distractions, and really just being by myself, but being with God and being able to like, all right, I tried it my way, so clearly it's still weighing on my heart. Let's try it your way, and usually that works the first time every time. Yeah. But you try your other little remedies here and there, and then I'm like, okay, I should have just did that first.
It's a trip how when you, sometimes you be like, dang, I just prayed about it. I feel so much better. I feel at ease. Why didn't I just go straight into the prayer? Sometime I do, depending on the situation. Like, I don't hold back. I'm going right into prayer and seeking God's face. But sometimes you be sitting in that thing for just a minute. You just probably a minute too long, and you be like in a little funk, and you just feel away, and and I think for me, I feel like it's gonna blow over. Yeah, I'm gonna be all right, which you do, but ultimately those are signs that you need to spend time with God, and you do need to just pray about it, because there is a tugging at you, and you are not feeling yourself. Yep. There is a need that you cannot satisfy yourself. And like the Bible tells us, we're not supposed to lean on our own understanding. That's us trying to figure it out on our own. So, yeah, definitely spending time with God definitely is a quick reset. But to be honest, the carnal nature doesn't always naturally go into just doing what we know is right and doing what we know is the best tools that we could fight any kind of feeling of sadness or whatever that may be, or that have you feeling blue.
And I say this too, like, I may know that he can fix it, and he, will be there, and he'll be able to guide me through, and maybe he won't fix that thing, and I really want him to fix this thing,
and he might want you to sit in it for a minute.
Sit in it, or he's like, no, this is better. This is better. And I also may think like, okay, but like when? You gonna fix it in like 2 minutes? Right. I'm still wrestling with this thing right now, and you're just like, you just have to sit in it for a little while. Like, why? Like, you want me to feel better?
Because we want to get to the good part. Yeah, we want to get back to the good part.
To being good. And he's like,
he said, there is suffering. We all must go through some things, and
I'm like, I can believe you that he will fix it, but I also recognize that I'm human and I may have doubts and be like, okay, I want it to be fixed right now in my timing, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
struggling with it right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I can still know that he'll fix it, but also know that I'm struggling at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, and it's just a matter of just like me really just giving it all, and like nothing's too small, nothing's
Mm-hmm.
too big.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why it's also important. Like, I think that there was a time, I can't even remember, it's been a very long time that I've had that, what I call get your mind right
Mm-hmm.
arsenal. It was during a time when I was in a place where I was like really sad. I don't know what exactly I was going through. Thank God I've been delivered from it because I don't even recall what it was. But I do remember how I felt. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember what caused it, but I remember how it made me feel. And I felt really stuck. I felt alone. But I never stopped feeling his tugging at me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a matter of me committing to doing what I need to do. And I was just surrender it all to him. Uh, and that's when someone introduced me to Priscilla Shire.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started listening to her, and I got quite a few of her sermons in that arsenal because of that message that was given to me. I started to collect more. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And that's what I named it. It's saved on my YouTube as Get Your Mind Right Arsenal. Because, sometimes you need, if you don't have the people in your life in that moment to point you back to Him,
Mm-hmm.
you need to create things that are that are going to do that. Whether if it's videos, whether it's music, whether if it's journaling, whether because sometimes I don't always feel like journaling about it.
Mm-mm.
I just don't. Sometimes I don't always want to hear the music. That's why I think devotionals are good. Not that they should ever replace the Bible ever. However, they do point you back
Mm-hmm.
to the Word. Um,
Little nudges get you back where you're supposed to be.
hmm And maybe you need to go relax. Maybe the tension of the day is heavy and you need to go and take a hot shower. And I find myself in the shower praying and
Mm-hmm.
crying out to God and letting it all wash away in the drain. And I get out and I feel so much better
Mm-hmm.
because I pleaded to Him and I got it out. So a lot of these things, you know, can lead you back to that.
Yeah.
Um, and they say like writers have like people that are like prolific writers constantly pushing out new reading material, books and things like that. They have a special place
Mm-hmm.
that they go to that puts them in writer's mode.
Yeah.
Um, we could talk to God anytime, anywhere, but I do think there's an important. It's important to incorporate fervent prayer. The times where we really seek His face about intentional things,
Mm-hmm.
and that should be very consistent. Um, and that can be a place um, where you spend that time with Him. So that's also a part of, I believe, self care. There's so many mixed things that are said about
Mm-hmm.
self care that, for me, it just comes back to how do I take care of my mind? How do I take care of my body
Mm-hmm.
and my soul, our temple, you know, so that we can keep on keeping on throughout the days and the weeks ahead. Um, he wakes us up with a sound mind and an able body to do these
Mm-hmm.
things, but what do we do to take care of it and to maintain it? So yeah, I know I learned from you guys, which I've also learned it doesn't work as well for me as it do for you and your sisters. You guys try different methods and stuff with your hair.
Yep.
Your sisters have told me that that is a form of self care.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just skip that part.
For me,
Uh,
I'm like, okay, because it's a whole thing too. Because like now my focus is like, okay, I need to go wash my hair. Once I wash my hair, I'm giving myself a nice good scalp massage. I'm trying out all the body scrubs that I didn't bought and haven't used. And so it's like, it is like being in the shower and just kind of cleansing it away. But it also starts with like your hair. And when you come out, you have a whole new hairstyle. You're a whole new person.
It's so you say from the top to the
top to the bottom. I'm freshly shaved. I got all this. I did my full shower. I did my full shower from top to bottom. Got all the good lotions out. Now I'm smelling like vanilla beans and stuff like that. And I feel good.
Look, I be copying off them at the house. I be
all
like
different perfumes and stuff, and I'm like, I feel good. I look good, and that also makes me feel good. And it's tied to one another in a way. But it's like the maintenance and like actually like doing your hair and taking something care of yourself in that way is healing at the same time too.
Yeah. I think I do a lot better now. When it was me trying to maintain little people, when y'all was littler, it was hard to try to. I'd be happy to just get a hot bath and not just showering so much because y'all be outside the door, sometime knocking. So now, like, getting out of that space of like needing to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, because you got to be here, you got to be there. I have found that my own little collection of, lotions and scrubs, and I'm really into perfumes, different stuff like that. But just being consistent with a routine is what I'm working on. I don't really have a routine. I have the things that I use and do when I do it, but I would love to be able to have a really solid routine of what I do, whether if it's daily or weekly, to maintain and to take care of myself. Speaking of body. But yeah, the hair part, I've had this thick hair all my life. My hands is too small for the
I
ratio of hair.
Those. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because the thick hair and little hands is not the best combo.
I don't know how that worked out. That's just
not the best combo.
That's
the muscle that I have, I promise you, is not from lifting weights. It is the grip you have to pull this hair into a ponytail and then dare that ponytail snap. Oh.
The ponytail holder?
Yes.
I mean, the little tie.
It just snaps and you're just like...
As soon as you get your grip, you like...
My fingers is all contorted trying to twist a little bit to get the last to make it soft and then just...
Right.
No, this is the worst.
You walk away sometimes?
Yeah.
Just like, forget it.
That little hair tie gets thrown across the room. So you wasn't going to make it.
I went through that all my life. I had to fight.
Comb in, all the things, but it's strong muscles. I could do some damage with these. It's from the hair.
It's from the hair.
It's from my hair.
It'd be a lot. I just, and then having your hair, your sister's hair, and then at one point your dad had braids. I just was looking like a ragamuffin. I felt like the ponytail, the bun is going to do, trying to do everybody's hair. So I think I kind of like have spurts where I really get excited about doing stuff with hair. But for the most part, I just feel like I would rather just spend time doing something else.
Yeah. It does take a lot of time. I mean, those who know having black hair or any kind of just textured, coily hair, curly hair,
it's a lot of work.
Nothing is done in less than 10 minutes. That is not the reality. Wash and go is actually like 48 hours. It's not there's no go about it.
It isn't.
There's no wash and go.
I tried it once.
It's wash and blow dry. Wash and detangle. It's no go. There's no go in it.
Yeah, we've already talked about how tender-headed I am. So the hair thing is just not... It's
not everybody's thing. That's not your self-care.
I mean, I have to do it though, but it's just not something I want to put on my list today.
Would you say that like getting your nails done is like your self-care?
Yeah.
Like that makes you...
I like to go and I enjoy having a standing appointment, having the same nail tech guy and picking out a new design. And I love it. And, they be cute and pretty. And then I walk out and I feel like I really did something for myself. Yeah.
I've been refreshed.
And then the other thing I really enjoy, which is kind of different, I like going to get my car washed.
Mm.
Girl, it's a whole
She
experience.
said the bubbles, the lights, all
Listen,
the things.
I'm telling you, your sisters be wanting to go, and I be like, no, I'm going by myself. But yeah, I turn the music up. I crank it all the way up when we get done washing, and you take it over there. I don't even pay
Mm-hmm.
for them to do it. No, I want to vacuum it out myself. I do my
Yeah.
own detail. Look, I'm getting all excited. And I pull it up all the way to the back because the
Mm-hmm.
one that I go to is kind of cool. It's kind of fancy, but all of the dryer, I mean the dryer, the vacuums,
Mm-hmm.
they're up high, so you pull them down.
Mm-hmm.
And girl, I just turn my music on loud, open up all the
She
doors,
said,
pull out all the
mm-hmm.
rugs, and I be like dancing and like music be up,
Yeah.
and I be having little breakdowns in the middle.
And see, I would say I would be the same in just like a more general term of just like cleaning. Like cleaning actually helps clear my mind.
Yes,
Like if things are messy and things are all over the place,
you feel all over the place.
I feel all over the place. I feel like it's a clear representation of my brain. It's like its
Mm-hmm.
stuff is all over the place. So when
Absolutely.
things are cleaner, I'm like, okay, now I can tackle some things that's going on in
Mm-hmm.
here. Or just simply cleaning, I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't as upsetting or serious as I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was. I just need to
Mm-hmm.
clean my room. I just
Yep.
need to clean my room.
That's true.
Hmm.
That's true. I've been there. I know sometimes I get up in the morning and it be like 6 something and your dad be down there cleaning and got music playing. And I was like, that is really therapeutic for
It
you, you know?
is.
And when I was little, I was always like that. And as I got older, had kids, things changed a little bit
Mm-hmm.
where I was kind of obsessive with it. And then my mom was like, girl, you ain't gonna be able to keep up with these kids and it's gonna
Mm-mm.
drive you nuts. But also another thing I enjoy getting with a friend and just catching up and having a bite to eat
Mm-hmm.
and just chatting and just having a good old laughing
Yep.
conversation. I love that. Um, Getting near water,
Mm.
that's important to me.
And I was like, for me, going on runs is more just like nature and like trees,
Mm-hmm.
and
Outside.
especially, I mean, especially here in Portland, there's trees everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Walking down streets, especially over by like the Grant and Irvington neighborhood, like the streets are so wide,
Yeah.
and the trees just kind of like hang
Hangover
over.
into the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just nice, and you just look around, and it's just a bunch of trees all over
Mm-hmm.
the place, and it's really shady and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting outside, literally the term of like touching grass. And I was just like, I don't remember the
Grounding
last time
yourself.
I really sat in grass and just
Mm.
looked around, people watched for a little while. People watching can be really, in a way, therapeutic too, because you're just
Yeah.
looking around and like, huh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, look, she's going for a jog. That's cool. It's a cute
Mm-hmm.
little dog over there. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, she's doing yoga.
Right.
It's like people do this. And I'm like, oh, I need to do this more often.
I took a walk the other day and I don't know, I just slept. I slept and I just really needed rest.
Mm-hmm.
And I rested and I rested and then I woke up again and I was just like, it's after 2 o'clock. I need to get out of here. Like
Mm-hmm.
you was, you just sleeping the day away. That's what
Yeah.
we doing. Like no. So I got up and took a walk. And it was like I was trying to chase the sun because as soon as I find the sun, the cloud would go in front of it and
Just
block it.
start moving.
So I was walking and walking, and then the sun was beaming on me now. I was in front of the neighbor's house, like 2 blocks down. And I stood there and I just threw my arms up in the air.
You imagine looking at the
I was
blinds like
taking up the sun, like,
looking at the blinds like, what's going
I
on?
didn't think about it till afterwards. That's what they probably think
And
I
just
done lost
like,
it.
is she good? Oh,
Sister, you good?
you okay?
I was just like, listen, I need my vitamin D. They said 30 minutes. Now, I will
Mm-hmm.
not stand here for 30 minutes in front of your house, ma'am or sir. But what I will do is get a little bit of the sunshine because y'all hogging it all over your house. The clouds and took it from my house, so I'm following it where it goes. And it's free.
And it's
Technically,
free.
technically. So I just stood there and I just took in the sun. And then I was like, you know what? Now, this is where I probably went too far, but it's okay. Don't judge me. I took my shoes off. And I just stood right there on the concrete, and I was just like, yes. Now, at this point, they had every right to be like,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, can we help you?
Now you opening the door. You good? Hi, how you doing? With the robe.
Right.
How you doing? Okay. Just checking on you. Oh, okay.
And then I would have been like,
But what is that? When
Left it
people
at that.
steady open the blinds and they be like this.
Right.
Ain't nothing out there. Same tree, same parking lot, same gravel, same rocks. Just
and when I saw the lady come outside and start sweeping unnecessarily on the porch,
yeah.
she started sweeping. Oh
She
shit, I gotta go.
She's trying to see what's wrong with you.
So I said, okay, let me go. So I just took my cell phone. And then your dad pulled up and he said, you need a ride? He probably was like, I seen you a few blocks down. Like, what is she doing? But it's just like that sometimes in Portland. You just don't know where the sun is going to come through. Because if it's a cloudy day, there's sun, but there's so much clouds that it blocks the sun. But
like it can be warm, but you don't see a little drop
and
of
it was
sunshine.
warm. It was so warm out. It felt good. And yeah. So that was one of my little like strange moments that I just had. But I was going to get what I needed, and I was being outside and chase the sun.
I say another thing that I've recently started doing was coloring. My boyfriend had got me some coloring books, and my friends have also got me coloring books since then. And so I have these like little markers, and I used to watch the videos on like TikTok and stuff, and I'm like, this looks so just like relaxing, just watching people color. And I was like, I wonder if it'll give me the same effect as watching people color. It did, and it didn't. Because now I'm like, my pages don't look cute. I don't understand. I don't have the same design.
Right, it didn't come out like that.
So how did she do that? I don't understand. But yeah, coloring, like putting on my headphones and putting on like music that are more like lo-fi or there's like no words at all, just instrumentals, and just being able to just focus and color. And I was just like, I remember coloring. I used to draw a lot. Like, you know, like I had a whole wall in my bedroom. I was just adding.
I still have a picture of that wall.
New pictures. I do too. And I was like, I have new art pieces and stuff, and I just would draw, listening to music. That's also how I find like new music artists and stuff, because I would just put it on like a discovery station or just a randomized station, and I'm like, oh, this is a new artist. I actually kind of like this. It's a different genre, you know, it's a little bit different, but it's just something I found while coloring, and it just has me focus in, and I feel like my mind goes blank, and I'm like, I'm not thinking about anything.
Everything else becomes background
noise. The most that I'm thinking about is what color I'm gonna choose next. Where am I gonna put it here? And it just makes things just so much more simple.
Wow.
And it's just a little zone, and it's just my little bubble, and I just be coloring, and it's just like after you're done coloring, just like a nice finished project. Everything looks good. You put all the markers away and clean it all up, and it's just like, there we go.
Right.
It's a nice good hour, 30 minutes. Chill. Coloring is nice.
I love that you said everything just kind of goes like nothing else matters in that moment. And I think finding that, it's not easy to find that because there's so much going on. If I could think of the one thing that kind of does that for me is dancing. You know, I have, back to my music playlist, I have one that just have all my music, and there's one that I have, it's called Dance for Jesus. And it's just a lot of songs that got really good beats that I dance to. And when I'm dancing, I know I can't move like I used to, but but
Jesus.
But
That's what you do. For Jesus.
I really be thinking I'm doing something because I be moving and I be hot and sweating, but I really feel like I'm just alone and I'm not in a space of all of life's responsibilities. It just kind of fades into the background, like background noise. So for me, I can do that at any point. Um, I've done it outside. I've gone to the park and just bring my speaker and play my music, and I get so excited. I do. I be so excited. And it's all gospel artists that have strong messages, which is mostly what I listen to anyway. It's just the message in itself. Even if you're not hearing all the words, because I listen to the lyrics before I add music to my playlist, because not all music that is said to be good music. Let's just be clear. The messages in those songs that feed me in the space that I'm in. And It's amazing how sometimes I add songs to my playlist and it be in an order that I didn't, intentionally put it in,
Mm-hmm.
but it speak
Mm.
to me in such a way that I need in that moment. But yeah, I just be feeling myself. I don't know who watching. I don't even be caring. I be just in my place, in my space, and just having a really good old time. And it does. That's the only thing I can say that really makes everything else just kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't do it enough. That's the thing. Again, I don't have a routine. I don't do it enough. So, yeah, I'm going to put together myself a routine
Mm-hmm.
to make sure I'm more consistent for my mind, my body, how I take care of myself with my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so I might need to get some ideas from you guys.
I'll have some. Mm-hmm.
And then, ultimately at the end of the day, the most powerful mechanism in all of this is going to be to make time for yourself and to spend time with God, to pray. One of the devotions that I love is The Power of a Praying Woman and The Power of a Praying Wife and The Power of Prayer for Adult Children, her whole series. But spending time in the Word and, yeah, but getting a routine where you're doing it on a regular basis. What about you?
I say the same thing. Finding what works for you may not work for everybody else. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll take some time to figure out what that routine is, and it can change over time.
Mm-hmm.
Some things, like a part of your self care routine, might be expensive, and you're starting to realize I can't do those things all the time. But it's a treat yourself in
Yeah.
certain circumstances. But I agree. Being in your word is definitely the biggest part because sometimes praying about it could literally just
Eliminate all the
eliminate
others.
all things, and you'll be right back to feeling a lot better because you gave it to God in the first place. So, yeah. With that being said, please share with us. We want to know, what are your self care routines? What do you do to take care of yourself when things are not always going as peachy as you would like it to be? How do you handle a hard week? Because those things might actually be able to help us, especially if they budget friendly. So help us sister out.
And then it's also maintenance.
Yes.
Even if you're not having a bad day or you're not feeling gloomy, just taking time out to take care of yourself day to day.
Yep.
It's preventative too. Keeps you in a good space, keeps you on the right path.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So we thank you for spending time with us.
And remember, healing is hard work.
And you're never on this journey alone.
So until next time,
have faith
and
keep blooming.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.